T chat. Okay, this is an interesting one. Today we're talking about apologies. I'm sorry. There are a whole range of apologies out there. There are good apologies, there's so-so apologies, and there are bad apologies. I think you know what I'm talking about. One of the most infuriating apologies you can get is, I'm sorry you feel that way, because it doesn't take any accountability. So let's talk a little bit about if we're comfortable with apologizing, and what do you do when you get a bad apology? And I'm going to start by saying, I don't know if it's the Canadian in me, but I have no problem apologizing. It costs me nothing to say I did it wrong. I am sorry. If anything, maybe I apologize too much. The only person that sort of stumps me when it comes to an apology is actually my husband, poor guy. Like, usually I will just, it'll take me like a night to marinate in it and like to understand that I was wrong. And then the next day I'll be like, so I'm sorry, I was wrong. And he's very good about not rubbing it in. Like, he's very good about just saying, no problem, like, I saw your point, but this was my point. And so there's always a good payoff for me apologizing to Leo. And I find generally in life, there's a good payoff to apologizing because, number one, you're taking accountability. You are extending to someone the same respect you would want extended to you. And it's okay. We're not meant to be perfect. We're human. I know I'm going to make mistakes, lots of them. I even apologize to my kids. That's something my parents did not raise me doing. And if I do something wrong with my kids, you know, T, I say to them, you know, I'm thinking about what I said to you, and I feel like maybe that wasn't the best way to handle it, and I'm sorry. Okay, so now talk to me about I'm sorry, T. How do you feel about it? Do you embrace it?
My household was the exact opposite of yours. Okay, so I don't even think my mother's ever in her life apologized to me for anything. It's just not something that she does. My brother's not good at it. I'm not good at it. It literally, my entire family, we're not good at apologizing. So I stand in that. I wear that coat. I put it on. I know I'm not good at it. I've been on all sides of it though. So I've been the person who wants the apology, and I'm like, why can't they just say sorry? Like, and I get the half apology, you know, the I'm sorry you felt that way. I've been on that end of it, and it is infuriating. But on the other hand, I've been the person who's done it. I can't lie. I've done that because I think I meant it. You know, like you feel bad that the person feels bad, but I don't feel bad that I said what I said. And you're feeling bullied into saying sorry, so you kind of half say it. It's kind of your way of half doing it. So I know it's immature. It's just the way I was raised. It's very difficult for me to do it. And as I get older, I'm getting better at it, but it's something, I know you have no problems doing it. The only time I say sorry is like when you step on people's toes, like that kind of, that's very Canadian. Like, I'm okay with like, oh, I'm so sorry doing that. But like, when I have to do a heartfelt sorry, it's the most difficult thing in the world.
See, that's interesting because then you see that it's learned behavior, right? And we all learn certain behaviors. Some of them we like, some of them we don't like. But what I find interesting about what you said is that you don't want to do a performative sorry. And I've never seen it that way because you don't feel sorry in your heart. So if you don't feel sorry in your heart, I don't think you should be saying sorry. It's just maybe you just,
But sometimes people bully you to say sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually never seen it that way. I just thought that, you know, maybe folks that didn't want to say sorry, they just didn't want to say it because they needed to save face. I didn't know they actually were not sorry. That's a whole new layer I never thought of.
Well, no, Tracy, I've been on both sides where, yeah, like I wanted to save face because it's pride, right? It's pride. You're like, oh, I'm admitting I'm wrong. I've been there, believe me, many times. But I've also been on the side where I'm like, you're bullying me to say something, so I'm just going to say it. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. Does that make you feel better? Like, you know, it's condescending, but at the same time, it's like, you're not going to be done until I give you what you want. So I'm going to half give you what you want because I don't mean it. So it's not the right thing. And like I said, I've had people do it to me, and it is infuriating. You're like, just own up to it. Just do it all the way. Go gusto and say sorry and put a period at the end of it. And it's the most difficult thing for me to do. So it's a flaw of mine. But I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, and I think we all are. And if anything, for this year, for 2021, I think we should get rid of performative everything. Like if you don't feel like you did something wrong, you should be able to go back to the person and say, like, I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry. I'm sorry for not feeling sorry, and this is why I don't feel sorry. This is what I thought. This is what I said. This is what I felt. And that's why I acted the way I acted. Like, I kind of think that should be okay as well. Performative everything. We talked about performative hustle, performative apologies, performative, doing performative posts about race or anything else. Like, get rid of that energy. I think that we all need to just be who we are and feel how we feel. And we all know that society isn't going to always be accepting of all the ways we feel and think. And I think that's when you need to sometimes hold your tongue. Like, let's go back to those days when,
Yeah, Tracy.
right? Like, just go back to those days and maybe you're not saying the things that are going to ruffle all the feathers then, because you know it's going to be an unpopular opinion.
Yes, I think Nene said it best. I said what I said.
And she said it with her whole chest.
With her whole chest. I love that line.
And the way she said it, right?
Yeah, she meant it. Yep, okay, we got it. You said what you said.
She said what she said. Listen, T, thank you. Always good chatting with you about these topics.